Hi everyone, I'm Lara from Go Simply, and today I have a full-length seated upper body armband workout. We're going to have a warm-up and a cool-down, and it's about 25, almost 26 minutes long. So grab a chair and your band, and we'll get started right away with our warm-up. So you don't need the band first, just drop it to the side, and we are going to start with some arm circles forward. So you're just going to put your arms out to the side, and you're just going to do circles. So these warm-up moves are about 30 seconds each, and I think we have, I don't know, 5, maybe 6 of them, and then we're going to move into the workout, which will be 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest. So just keep circling your arms forward. Excellent. And then we're going to simply go backwards. That's it. So I will try to cue you ahead of time so you know what the next exercise is that's coming up. But just follow along. With 45 seconds, if you miss the first few seconds of an exercise, it's really not going to make or break your workout. Just try your best to keep along. So next, we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So just put your arms down and you're just going to shrug your shoulders way up high forward and then backwards. Actually, I think I'm doing backwards and then forwards. It doesn't really matter which way you're going. Just shrug them up high to your ears and then pull them back down. So again, hopefully you do have a nice sturdy chair. I just took one from my dining room table, so I know that it's nice and sturdy and strong and can support my weight. Next up, we're going to do wrist circles. So I'm just going to put my arms out in front and I'm going to sort of do both at the same time, and I'm going to go one direction and then the other direction, just alternating directions, so just that you can sort of see from the side. I'm really trying to bend and flex my wrists here so that they get a nice rotation all the way through. So just keep rotating, whatever's comfortable for you. Get those wrists a little warmed up. And next we're going to do arm swings. So don't swing too hard. You don't want to whack the back of your chair. It's not about how fast you can do it. It's just about really opening up wide, sort of pushing your chest forward every time you come back, and then even letting your back round a bit every time, getting some upper back flexion in there. And then I think we have one more warm-up move, and we're going to do a front arm swing. So this time you're just going to swing your arms back. Again, not too far. You don't want to whack them on your chair, and then up over your head. And we're just getting some nice mobility all through the shoulders here. And then we will get right into the workout. So you just need a mini band here. It's like a loop band. They're actually one of my very favorite pieces of equipment. Okay, so just grab your band, and we're going to start with a bent over row. So you're going to bend over, and I'm going to hold the band. Actually, I should go this way because I'm going to start with my right hand, and you're just going to pull your arm up. That's it. Just pull it up to the side like you're doing a row. The left hand is just holding the band down so that there's tension. And again, we're going to do this for 45 seconds and then a 15-second rest. But yeah, mini bands are one of my favorite pieces of equipment. They're so inexpensive. You can get them just about anywhere, like Walmart would carry them, or a Winners, something like that. They're very inexpensive, and you can take them anywhere. Like you can keep one in your desk at work. You can literally carry it in your pocket. That's how lightweight they are. You can bring them in carry-on luggage. Okay, excellent. Now we're just going to do the other side. Actually, I'm an exercise short here. One seems to have disappeared. But we're going to do the other side, and then we'll come back and put in the exercise that we missed. So we're going to do the left side here. So I'm rowing up with the left. Yeah, you can literally put one in your pocket. They fold up so flat. You could keep one in your desk at work or put it in your lunchbox and your carry-on. every time you go away, I'm not doing a lot of traveling right now, but go to your cottage or even staying at a friend's house, they're just so easy, and you just sit down and do a little bit of band work. They're good for upper body, lower body, abs, you name it. So just a few more seconds here. Okay, and next we're going to do a lat pull down. So you're going to put the band above your head and then pull one side down and then the other side, and really, really squeeze those back muscles. So I'll turn to the back so you can see just to start. Okay, so again, you're just going to pull down and really squeeze those shoulder blades. I feel really rude speaking to my wall, but just watch for a moment or two here, and then I'll turn back around. So again, we're just going to alternate through this because one of my exercises seems to have disappeared off my list, which is okay. It's a full-length workout, so we'll just alternate this one and still get it in. No need to worry about it. No, that's what happens in life. Sometimes one of your exercises disappears. Okay, just a few more seconds here. Excellent. So next up, we're going to do a rear fly. So we're going to be in the same sort of position. You can turn sideways or you can come straight. And I'm going to put my hands inside my band for this one, or you can still hold on to the outside, and you're just going to pull your arm up to the side. Now, my band has quite a bit of resistance here, so I'm not going to get all the way up like I would with a dumbbell. That's okay. I'm still doing the motion. My back is still getting the work, my tricep is getting some work, so it doesn't matter that it's not quite the full range of motion. Excellent. So just a few more seconds here, and then we will take a break and switch and do it on the other side. Excellent. So next up we're going to do the same thing, but just on the right side of the body. By the end of this workout, I'm just using a light band today, and by the end, I'm really going to be feeling it all through my upper body. It's amazing how hard. Okay, so again, right side, how hard these bands can actually work your body, and you don't even necessarily know it. It sort of gradually sneaks up on you how challenging it is. Okay, just a few more seconds here. Again, we're just pulling out to the right side here as far as you can. Excellent, so we've done both sides of that. Now we're going to do a bicep curl. So in order to do a bicep curl, I have to take my right hand and hold the band down, and my left hand is going to pull up. Okay, so my right hand is simply holding the band down. I've got it just resting on my thigh. And my left hand is pulling up and then going down, just like a bicep curl if I was holding a weight. Okay, so I can show you from the side what that looks like. I just have one hand down resting. And then the other arm is pulling up. If I wanted a greater sense of motion, I could open my legs up and actually hold the band down, and I'd be getting a bit of tricep work, some isometric tricep work by not moving it, but holding, causing tension, right? So that's another way to do it. Excellent. And then we're just going to switch it up. So again, my left hand is now going to hold it down, and my right hand comes palm up to do the curl. So you can rest it on your thigh, or you can hold your left arm straight out to create a bit more tension. And then we'll just go through this side. Another thing that's really great about these bands is that they create tension in both directions. So you're constantly fighting against the band that wants to go back to its most relaxed shape. And it really works our muscles in an interesting way compared to weight. So they're both excellent to have in a workout pattern sort of over your whole week or even your month, to switch it up a bit and do different things. Okay, so now we're going to do a tricep extension. So because I just did my curl, I can keep my right palm up and put my left palm down, and now I'm going to hold the bicep position and push down for a tricep. So again, from the side it looks like this. So yes, as you're trying to, find different workouts to have some variety throughout your week or your month, it's excellent not only to do a variety in that, maybe you want to do cardio and then some weights and then something softer like yoga. It's also good to use, if you're going to use equipment, to use different forms of equipment. So sometimes when you're doing your weightlifting, to use bands, and sometimes to use actual weights, and sometimes to do the motions of weightlifting, weight at all, but using your body. So, making sure you're doing lots of push-ups and pull-ups and things like that, and using our own body weight and our own muscles working against each other. Now we're just going to switch over and do the other side. So now I've got my left palm facing up, my right palm down, and I'm simply going to push my right arm back and get all through that tricep. So again, variety is sort of I guess the saying goes, variety is the spice of life. Well, that's true. It really works in workouts. You want a variety of not only different forms of exercises or actual different exercises themselves, but different little bits of equipment. And you don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't have to have fancy things. You don't need to go out and buy a lot of big machines or anything like that. Just a good pair of running shoes is the best place to start, and if you're a female, a really good workout bra. And past that, it's just adding little things when you see them. Get them used, or if someone's getting rid of stuff, offer to take it. Okay, now we're going to do an overhead press. So I'm going to take the band, I'm going to wrap my hands around it, put it above a press. So I'm going to hold it at my chest, and I'm going to press one arm up and then the other. So I'm just going to press up, and we'll get the other side when I said push the other up in the next 45 seconds. So just keep pushing up, and my right arm is just holding the band to create that tension. I'm always seeing people getting rid of exercise equipment all the time, and so I tend to hoard exercise stuff, and then my kids like it because they can each have their own of something, and so if they want to work out at the same time, then they each have their own band or their own little set of dumbbells or something like that. So it works out well. You don't need the newest equipment. Excellent. And then we're just going to switch and do the overhead press on the other side. And most workout equipment is very durable, so it lasts a long time. Okay, so arms up, and then you're just going to push up on the right side. Dumbbells don't very often break. Sometimes the plastic ones that are filled with sand can, but they don't often. You don't see things breaking. Even a yoga mat, it'll last a good long time before it starts to break down. Bands, they last a little while, but they do get stretched over and over and over again. So they will eventually break down, and they can come apart. And then, again, like I said, thankfully they're very inexpensive. You can get a set of 5 of them here in Canada for like $12. Excellent. And now we're going to do a chest press. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it tight up against my chest, and then I'm going to push straight out with my left hand. So I can show you forward, and then I can turn sideways and show you what that looks like. So you're just pushing straight out and mimicking a chest press. So again, this is the type of workout that you can do watching TV. You could do listening to a podcast or other YouTube channels. You can do it while, chatting with someone. I often, trying to find little tidbits of time in my day. And so my husband and I, in the evening, that's usually when we have time where we've sent our kids off to bed. Excellent. And now we're just going to switch it up. And we'll be sitting on the couch together, and I'll pull out a band and just do a little bit of stuff. I'm not getting really sweaty here or anything like that, and it doesn't get me too riled up before bed for sleeping. So now we're just going to push out on the right side. And yeah, it works really well. My friends have all gotten used to me, so if I start working out, while we're having a little visit, they'll often just join right in and we'll do it together. So, yeah, bands are great that way. You don't have to wear anything special either. I mean, I could be doing this in my pajamas. I don't actually need shoes on. I could be doing this barefoot. So, you don't need anything special. Excellent. Now we're going to do a front raise on the left side. So all I'm going to do is hold on to the band at the top, and my right hand's going to hold it down, and I'm just going to raise up. That's all. And this is one of those ones where I can get a pretty good full range of motion here, but and my shoulder feels this one for sure. As a woman, our shoulders tend to be a very weak spot as far as upper body strength goes and shoulder mobility, and it can often become an issue as we get even older into our 50s and 60s, 70s, 80s, hopefully 90s. And we can pull the muscles, strain the muscles. They can become very weak and injured very easily. So continuing to move your shoulders in as wide a range of motion as possible. Excellent. And now we're just going to switch it. Is very helpful in a preventative way to keep them strong. They say if you don't use it, you lose it. And let me tell you, as each year goes by, decade goes by, you start to notice these things. If you don't use it, it's so much harder to get it back. And it doesn't come back the way you were when you were a teenager or in your early 20s. It doesn't. But you can keep it strong and keep it functional so that you can continue to live the best life that you can by using it over and over. And again, as each decade goes by, I adjust how much I can actually do and what my expectations are of myself, and realize that, myself in my 40s now is not the same as myself at 18, and that's okay. Excellent. Now I'm going to do a bent arm lateral raise. So I'm going to hold the band solid in my right hand, and in my left hand, I call this one the Barbie arms. I'm simply going to rotate out to the side. So I even have my hand like a Barbie hand where my fingers are straight out, and I'm just raising my arm right to the side as if my elbow is sort of stuck in place, plastic arm. I didn't have a lot of Barbies as a little girl. I had some, for sure. I always got very frustrated with her because her arms didn't move other than sort of in this bent arm position, like she was perpetually running somewhere. I don't know, but her arms always frustrated me. Oh, I can hear my kitty meowing at the door. Okay, and then we're simply going to switch and do the right arm. So again, I have my fingers straight out, and I'm just going to push out to the side. It's okay, kitty. It's okay, Boot. We have two kitties. Sort of one for each of my children, but they're really just family cats. And one's name is Mittens because she has an extra little toe on both of her front paws. And one is Boot because she has one white back paw. And, well, one time I'll let them come in when I'm doing a short video, and maybe they'll run across and you can see them. You can't really get cats to do things on command. But often when they come in here, they chew things, and I don't like that. And I don't like it for them either, when cats can chew things they shouldn't and then get stuck in their little tummies, and that's not for the best. So now I'm going to do, I just call it a cross punch push. So I'm going to sort of like push across like this with my band. So I take it and I hold it at my heart with my right hand and then punch across in front of me. So yes, we have had our cat eat some things that they shouldn't have. One of our cats had to have surgery. Thankfully, we were able to do something about it, as my daughter was devastated because it was her kitty. And the vet said if we didn't do something, we were going to lose her. And so we were fortunate enough to be able to make the decision financially that we could do it. We were in a good position at the time to be able to do that. So they don't come in this room very often. So now I'm going to hold my left hand up where my heart would be if I had a heart on my left side, and then punch across with my right arm. Okay. So now punching with my right arm towards the left side. And this is actually our last exercise. We're going to move into our cool down after this. So hopefully, I know I'm feeling some upper body in here. Hopefully you have felt it as well. It is interesting adapting exercises to a band because they do feel a little bit different, which is good because that means our muscles are working just that slight variation from holding a dumbbell, and it can make them stronger overall when they do different things. Excellent. So for our cool down, we're just going to do a few stretches. You don't need your band anymore, so you can just place it down on the ground near you. And we're going to start, these are going to be 30 seconds each, and we're going to start with an arm crossover on the left side. So just pull your arm across. Again, it really doesn't matter which arm you're starting with, as long as you get both arms, that's fine. So I've got my arm nicely just pulled across and feeling a nice stretch all through the back and here, under my shoulder. I hear you. I know. It won't be too much longer. Great, and then we're just going to switch sides here. So we're holding these stretches for about 30 seconds. I know sometimes it can feel long when you're just holding a stretch. But if you do them way too quickly, your muscles don't actually get a chance to relax and release tension. And so it's not, sadly, it's not really doing anything at all. So if you don't hold them for at least a little bit, of course, the longer the better. So now I'm going to do a tricep stretch on the left. So I've got my left arm up and overhead, and I'm trying to get my arm down between my shoulder blades or my hand. And I use my right arm just to push it down a little bit. Give it a little bit of an extra. Not to the point of pain, just where you're definitely feeling a stretch. And then we'll do this stretch on the other side as well. I'm just going to switch it up and put my right arm bent and right hand going down my back between my shoulder blades and using my left arm to just kind of guide and put a little extra pressure. Next up, we're going to do a chest expansion. So I'm just going to take my fingers, interlock them, and push them out behind me. And if you want, you can even bend over and let those arms just sort of, you know, straight above your head or even fall further forward. Excellent. Now we're going to do the opposite. I'm going to link them in front and I'm going to push straight out in front of me and round my back like a kitty. Like if you were doing yoga, this would be your cat back. Just get that space between the shoulder blades. Excellent job, everyone. That was a great workout, just over, I don't know, about 26, 27 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like these kinds of workouts, please consider subscribing and telling other people you know. Feel free to leave me a comment below of workouts you might like to see, and I'll be sure to try and get them made for you. Bye.